And we're back. Alright, we are going to buff up. And this is serious time buff up. So because, again, we envisioned that we're going to be here in a while. Let's give Knock Knock strength. Tired of him not being able to sprint. I'm going to be up front, so I want that to myself. You can have wings. I'll have wings. Yeah, that's pretty good for me.
Together we stand.
Good faith. Good faith. Good faith. Looks like we're in a cold map. You see this? So we can do AoE protection, but remember, Jubilos already has one prepared. The one thing he can do, even though he doesn't have infusions yet, any of the AoE moves, like haste, communal versions of stuff, like you're seeing me activate right now, all work centered on Juby. So you see, we're all getting the buffs. That's the one and only thing he can actually do without infusion that does still benefit the team. Again, might as well make him go balls to the wall, be awesome. Because again, we're going to be here for a while. And we can always take a knee at any time by going back upstairs. So we're going to make him tits. He's going to be freaking just like hugely buffed. And we got one more we can slap on him, which is Reduce Person. Takes a while to cast it. While that's going on, she'll start buffing up. Give herself Blur. She'll also kick off a Bless, so Christian don't have to waste it. Christian, buff yourself with that. Give her some protection as well. We have our poison protection. We'll put Death Ward on me, because I'm the important one, as we all know. If I die, we get screwed. I feel like that's pretty good. The only thing that's really left is maybe freedom of movement, but I don't know who I'd cast that on just yet. So quick save that mess. And go inside. Let's see what we have. We have
defeat is not an
whatever
option.
the hell this thing is. A Scythe Tree. Oh my. It's an interesting start. Okay. First I want my Arcane Strike back on. You know, this is our surprise round, so we have the opportunity to screw this guy over. I'm betting he don't like fire, though. So how about we throw out a fire thing, catching him and maybe someone else in the room. As long as he sees the circle under his feet, you know it's going to hit him. You need to make sure he's in the zone. Holy hell. Just straight up killed him. Remember, that's the intensified version, by the way. Eliza. Come over here, kid. Hopefully he's not super fast. Juby, he's got some speed on. You need a teeny tiny person. Proto. You can come over here, kid. I was kind of hoping those would be standing side by side so I could take out two, or at least hurt two at the same time. Sadly, that's a no joy. But that's all good. Oh, there's another one. Oh my god, we got all kinds of scythe trees over here. Fortunately, we know that they die super easy. Let's have Tristan. He does not have the fireball spell that's teammate friendly, so we have to be careful with his. Now, me, I've buffed up my weapon like so. Charge this fool.
Spell works differently.
Oh, come on now.
This will hurt! You should have run!
Eliza. Yeah, you know what? No, let's have some fun. Get some lizards out. If anything, it'll distract that one while we're trying to figure out what this is. And they're already doing work, man. So it's not like they suck. Jubilos, you don't need to go crazy on your bounds right now, I don't think.
Will they
Just
ever
take 'em out.
turn?
Oh, I should forget that these guys are resistant to piercing damage. The damage you saw was his electric from his specific crossbow. Alright, Tristan, you do have a fireball spell, but I want to kind of keep that. We're going to kick these guys out pretty easy anyway. Remember, these guys also have skeletons, weirdly. Oh, that was Protolich's turn, sorry. Knock, knock. Can you charge this fool? Not yet.
Come here,
Get up
Bats.
in it.
Knock, knock, stab you.
There we go. And let the side creep spaz out over here on the other dudes. Tristan's gonna come over here. And shoot him. 0 damage. Dora, can you charge this fool yet? Still no.
Strike! Don't hold back!
Boom, he dies easy enough. Remember when I said we're gonna be crit fishing? Remember, I have the best crit range right now for this weapon. It's not amazing, but it's a 17, 18, 19, 20. The highest crit range I can get a longsword. Unless they make a magical or a freaky deaky longsword that's not, or that's atypical, which they do not do, by the way. At least I haven't seen one in the game. And it doesn't appear to be any there doesn't appear to be any in the bag of tricks, which again you can scan for to find better weapons. Just to, you shouldn't gift them to yourself. You can do what you want. I'm not going to tell you what to do, but it's a good way to find a weapon and say, oh, this is a decent weapon category for my sword saint. Maybe, hey, I'd like to do that. Okay, here's the spastic monkey red caps. Now remember, these guys are just crazy. But feel free to like pop a bless prayer, which damages them or debuffs them and buffs us at the same time.
Do not hold back.
Lizards, go and get it. Dora, you're like right here in his face, right? Let's prove it to ourselves with a 5-foot stutter
This
step.
will hurt!
Yeah. Oh, there it is.
You should have run!
Knock, knock.
Which knife to use? Huh.
Nice work, knock, knock. Proto.
Die!
Oh. Alright, she lost. Back up and shoot this fool.
Fine use of my talents.
Remember, these guys are Fey, so they'll have damage reduction as well. So you'll see
forced
stuff
my hand.
like reduced number damage for them. Because it's not a cold iron weapon. Unless of
We
course you have
shall
one, which I
overcome.
do, but they don't. She just did solid work on that fool, though.
Strike!
Dora. That tiny little stutter step that I had to take that kept me from swinging multiple times. That was just lame. If you do this, though, you're
Knock,
locked
knock,
into a
use
5-foot
lighting
move
enemies
no
on
more than.
fire first. Be easier if you not fight back.
Out of my way!
Nice work, kiddo. When she finally gets to a 3rd arrow, it's going to be super easy. She
A
lost.
clever ploy.
Yeah. That's my team. Now remember, you're going to get a lot of loot here. Much of it's going to be straight up garbage. But it does get better. It does progress. And again, it's a really, really nice place to come if you have the DLC early-ish. If you can beat the content so that you can get a couple level ups as far as not just XP,
I did.
straight up gear. Now here's our first quote-unquote item that tells the story. Remember, there's one on every level. So Book of the Fallen Magus. So this is going to be a story, so let's read this. A torn cover is all that remains of this spell book. A scratched out name can barely be discerned on the front. Leofella de Mere, I guess I don't know. A penciled portrait of a 5-member party of adventurers has been pasted to the back, and a title is in delicate calligraphy written below. Sandpoint Scouts. In the foreground, a half-elf woman with a scimitar and a human with a bow smile sweetly, their arms wrapped around each other, on each other's shoulders. Beside them, a halfling woman, identified by the caption as Smaragda, flashes an ironical grin. A line of vials hangs at her belt, and a portable laboratory upon her back, so she's clearly an alchemist. A dwarf, Rubgen, stands probably to the side, an axe as large as himself resting heavily on his armored shoulders. Behind the rest stands a woman wearing a robe decorated with a with Desna's butterfly. She leans upon her staff as if self-conscious of her presence. The name beneath reads Tioko. Her face is marked with a pox. The drawing has been angrily vandalized. All but the half-elf have their eyes scratched out, and a scrawling hand has written beside the dwarf, "Shut up about your treasures already. You're pissing me off." Next to the archer, "Keep your trap shut or a black eye will be the least of your troubles." Next to the alchemist, "Eat with the others, fool. No one cares about you enough to poison you." The priestess received the greatest abuse. The book's vandal wrote with such passion that the quill tore the paper. "Bitch, you cast another spell on me and I'll break both your arms." What the hell is going on here? Clearly, they had a falling out. I should point out, for those of you that didn't watch the first video on this area, which is way back when, that this is the Tenebrous Depths. And if you know the story about the Tenebrous Depths are being invaded by a very giant monster. It's hatching, matter of fact, so it's not being invaded by it, it's already here at the very base, which is what we're trying to get to and fight eventually. The monster is a spawn of Rovagug, who is a deity. Rovagug is a deity of being a general asshat. Because of that, his spawn, or her spawn, or its spawn, whatever the hell Rovagug is a straight up jackass, and everybody around them starts acting different.
Test of my abilities.
So you see, we start seeing a satyr here already. This is like someone we fought before.
Will they ever learn?
Give him a little love tap. See what he has to say for himself.
There's something here.
Oh, I just barely missed that trap. But he be dead, yo. Got a couple satyrs over there. I see one with a bow. Liza. Ooh, and a dryad.
Attack!
You're gonna get on her immediately. I need Knock to take care of that trap. Hopefully he can in this combat round. Proto Witch. Let's have Proto do it. She never gets a chance to do her. Oh. That's right. She doesn't have enough movement to do it in one. We'll have to do it on the next combat round. This is the surprise round. That's why. Tristan. Oh, there's another couple over here. Another dryad. Alright, what we got? We got Jubilost Notropper at your service, Juby, why don't you try to do a 5-foot stutter step towards this fool? Tell me if you can
Fine
shoot him.
use of my talents.
Yeah, you can. That was nice work. Now, obviously, these guys are going to be protected from cold. As you can see, they're in the cold map. But that doesn't mean they're protected from things like acid. So I can beam these two, or just straight up screw these guys over. That's kind of overkill, I think, for the fight that we have on our hands here. So let's just marshal in and beat some skulls in. Eliza, do your stabby thing.
Take that!
That was kind of lackluster. I won't lie to you. Alright, at least these guys are going in to be my front line over on that side. Proto, we really do need to disarm that trap.
Done.
You shoot
Run
anybody?
them through.
Sadly, no. Okay, Knock start. Get up there, Knock. Yeah, that's a dead character. Tristan,
I'll
shoot
try
that
to make
dryad
this
fool.
swift.
Sadly, nothing. It's okay. Oh, that's an attack of opportunity. Jujubee. A 5-foot stutter step just to get yourself in the room and then finish that guy off.
No,
Solid. He may not be Ekin, but I tell you what, he does good work at range.
Don't hold back.
Boom. Oh, I should have done a 5-foot stutter step.
Do not hold back.
Oh. You got aided by a lizard. Proto.
Let's
You
hear
sneak
you
attack him, right? You sure can. And finish off the other jackass. Good work, team. We can steal the loot. Remember, you can always go back outside via teleportation.
I've discovered something.
Oh, that's nice. Remember, this is what I mean by perception checks. Stuff that you won't know is necessarily there, but you really want it. Potion of protection from good. Oh, that's going to do me a ton of good. We have these, oh, I forgot that on the last level, too. There's a...
This task is beyond me.
What the hell kind of check? Oh, you straight up sink. Nope, I want the buff. Those little nature checks, the lore checks that you have there, there's pillars like that everywhere. The pillars do lore checks, and they do... there's lore checks, there's knowledge checks, just depends on which one you happen to run into. And with the team that we have, we should be passing damn near every last one of those things. I'm kind of pissed, that's why I'm scumming that. It's not about the XP for me, it's more about the fact that it's a solid buff. And it's usually like a 30-minute buff, no less, so it literally is a solid upgrade for your team. So we're going to scum it. A good way of doing that, again, is making sure that she is solidly buffed for whatever check we're talking about.
I will see this through.
There it is. We just got ourselves, see that, Blessing of the Salamander. While we don't particularly care about the fire resistance 20, +2 confidence bonuses, CMDs, combat maneuver defense, which is again keeping you from being like tripped, bull rush, stuff like that. I don't care about that either. But I do care about the creatures gain fast healing 5. Basically, that's regeneration where you heal 5 hit points around. So when we get into combat, you'll see that everybody will be either A, topped off, or B, steadily healing.
I do what I must.
That's a very nice upgrade, and that lasts again for 5 minutes. Okay. So we're a little restricted on that one, but I don't care.
Stand up,
Bigger like trees. Doors already up here up front. It's only a surprise round. Oh, we got another scythe tree. How far does this thing reach? I could get both of them. See that? Is there another one over here? I can get both these fools. Let's give it a go. Boom, tag. You're it. And you move a little bit forward. Go ahead and do so. Eliza. Why don't you just straight up do the bomb thing on that guy? Thank you, Eliza. You come up. Let the pets catch up. They're always behind. Okay, now we're on Proto. She can get sneak attack love in. This guy hasn't acted yet, so we don't even have to have anyone near him, so just shoot. Yeah, that's my acidic spray going off too. That was nice. Tristan. Get a little closer. Can you shoot it? You can. Only one shot. That's okay. Ooh, we found more. Oh, what did you just cast? How would you stun us? We're not even over there yet. What? Summon leopard. Oh shit. Okay, we got leopards. Knock knock. Can you charge?
Knock knock
Sadly,
used
no.
to lighting
Get
enemies
all
on
up in his
fire
face.
first.
Be ready for when we sneak attack him. Gee, we lost. I am going to use your pops this time, I think. Fire. Boom. Bam. Oh, that was sexy, Jubilost. You just destroyed that guy. Here comes Quick Wood 1, 2, moving slow as possible. I see you living up to the family name. Alright, we can now officially charge this fool. And where's my... Let's have dragged that off by mistake.
Go on.
Get him. 26, 8. What? Immune to electricity, huh? Okay. That's why we got the acid one. Eliza. Get up here and help me out. That'll work. Okay. Come on, puppers. Puppers, what am I saying? Pets. Pets of mine. Get up there and do some things. Proto can actually hit this guy, I believe, but I'd still rather she do a 5-foot stutter step towards these fools, just to see what she's capable of. Yeah, because she's not able to hit that one. Let's take out the... What, can't you see it?
Let's hear you cry. Die!
She can't hit it. Oh, it must be invisible. That's my fault. Well then I'm gonna have Tristan move way the hell up. Because he can do stuff like this. Whoa, that dude just straight up fails to overcome. Ooh. He's buffing the hell out of that dude. Alright, where's Knock Knock?
Be easier if you not fight back.
Oh, I clicked on the wrong thing. Damn it. Thought I was clicking on her. Jubilash, you need to come up here, and I need you to throw this bomb on her. To make her not fall down. Thank God Knock Knock has that built-in DR that I gave him. Can you charge this fool? 25 damage, we'll take it. Eliza.
Strike as one. Out of my way.
Boom. Good work, team.
I'm off.
Alright, oh, we got a hidden pathway. We'll go up there in a second. Let's check the room out first. Quick save. See, we got another thing here. Now, this is the not something, it's something we want to actually sort this by newest to oldest, guys. First, the stainless shirt. Okay, this is an amazing upgrade. If Knock Knock doesn't need to do trickery, again, no reason you didn't want him to. This is a 5 armor plus 5 dex. His dex is plus 7 right now. He's actually got a penalty on him because he's been entangled, probably an effect that hit him or something. But this one here doesn't have as much dexterity. It's the same armor, so he'll go down a point. But notice it's adamantine and it's acid resistance 15. Again, I'm not suggesting it for him, but it's a solid choice. I mean, I can give it to Jubilost as well, but he's got his Bombardier vest. Well, 3 and 6 is 9. This would be 5 and 4, and he'd definitely get it, so it'd be 9. So it'd still be the same armor. He would lose that penalty, or the bonus that he gets to attacks with his bombs. That's a +2 to his swing, and that's a nice increase. But again, acid resistance and adamantine, so he absorbs some physical damage. I had more of a frontliner thing. But notice this one. Time Worm Empty Lockpick. Again, this is one of those storyteller items. We already have some of these things, like, let's see if I can find you one. That's the mug. No, it's from right here. The Time Worm Shard of the Goggles of the Night of the Tenebrous Depths. Again, there's like a total of 5 of these things. And again, if you get them all, the storyteller tells you a pretty story, gets you some XP. It's pretty fun. Ooh, I got Cloaks of Resistance +5 that needs to go on somebody. Who wants that? That's +4. Here we go. You have a +2. I have the +5, of course. Again, like I said, solid loot that you're going to find here, man. So, it is definitely, in my opinion, worth taking a mo to get your team to come over and take on the Tenebrous Depths. If, again, you're up to that sort of thing. Most people don't like the unlimited dungeon because it really is unlimited, especially in the DLC. The DLC, though, starts you off at level 1. And you can purchase a team, obviously. And that team that you purchase would basically be mercenaries. Gonna leave that behind just because it's heavy. We'll get it as we leave, just like any other map that you would explore. But you can get yourself 4 to 5 mercenaries within the first level or so, and make a custom party, which is again a good way, in my opinion, for people to test out their builds.
Come here,
Dispatch
Bat.
those
Not gonna
fools.
stab you.
A fly trap, really? Take damage, bastard. Send in the lizards, let them do their thing. That's what the pets are here for. I'm gonna come over here just 'cause I want to explore a little bit. Tristan,
You
go ahead,
forced
shoot
my
it.
hand.
Nice job, Tristan. Juby, you can do
A
a
clever
shoot as
ploy.
well. Kapow. Knock, knock. I'm just gonna have you come over here. We're letting the lizards take the
Run them through.
point here. So they can either A, suck up some damage, or straight up just die. Let's do one of these spells.
Shani Savitu.
Boom. Solid. Over here. Lizard attack. Alright, so they've clearly engaged him, so more likely than not what that means is the fly trap will actually attack probably the first thing they swung at, though, melee style. So my guess is they'll go after the lizards, which is nice. Left me alone long enough to not get mauled by one of the first hits.
I'll try to make this swift.
You lost.
Primitives.
Knock, knock.
Which knife to use?
Good work, knock, knock.
I'm there.
He gets to be one of your best damage dealers in the game for some surge damage. And again, you definitely want to have him on the party. The downside of knock, knock, as we saw earlier, like first video I made for you today, with that fight where he got confused, since he's crappy, at his will saves. He got confused once, so he was attacking us because he didn't know what to do, and then he got dominated after that, and straight up screwed us. Now here's the downside. I feel like we've missed a room. There is maps online, and if you're playing the, yeah, here it is. There are maps online. If you're playing the DLC, the maps are random. But since this is part of the actual game, each floor is a specific layout. Because of the specific layout, people have posted the pictures online, so feel free to look it up to make sure that you've hit every room. And the reason that that is important is if you haven't progressed by finding those items that we've talked about earlier, those weird quest items like the Book of the Fallen Magus, then you don't want to go down to the next level. If you have them, it still doesn't mean that you've completed the floor, but at the very least, you won't miss out on anything other than, you know, some XP or some treasure. If you don't have the item before, all 4 items, excuse me, before fighting the boss, then the boss will not drop his or her special item, which straight up sucks, because his or her special item is necessary for the extra super secret ending of this quest. Actually going to go over here and sell. We can repeat the floor, or sorry, we can go back up to the floor, but without a level up or something that buffs your perception, I believe you still aren't going to make the perception check. So you have to level up or bring new teammates. I think your pets though count, so we can actually bring just more summons and walk through an area and say, oh, did the pets see it? Oh, the pets found the door for you. Good job, pet boy. And then, you know, maybe that's the way to do those types of things. But if you just look at the maps online for each of these floors, you'll get the floor layout and at least know that you've been through the floor properly. You haven't missed a room. That's probably the bigger concern, I'd say. Still not ideal, but at least it's better than nothing. At the very least, I know I have the Book of the Magus, so sell that. I'm keeping those. Anything else in here that I want to keep? I'm surprised at gold powder and silver powder. They got so many things in this game. I'm surprised they actually didn't do spell components more. I mean, yeah, we got diamond dozen, stuff of that nature, but that's about really it. Ooh, I got a charged screwdriver from the Technic League brand. I didn't even know I had that. I wonder if that's the last thing I needed for an item for a storyteller thing. That'd be cool. We're doing good. Might as well just keep pressing on. So that's, what was that, floor number 5 that we just did? Now you can go back down the old-fashioned way, again, if you feel like you've missed something. But this way, with the teleporter, poof, you're right back at the lowest level you've ever been to, which is kind of nice. That's not something that you get in the DLC. The DLC has the teleporter, but that's all it has. You literally go from floor 1 to 2, 2 to 3, and then if you want to backtrack from 3, you can't go back to 1 or 2 anymore. You've already missed your opportunity, which kind of sucks, because at level 1 and 2 you may miss a lot of things. So it's one of those where if you really wanted to, you want to probably buy a mercenary, if you will, that has like cranked up perception. So obviously someone with a perception bonus for their race, you know, possibly a trait if you're using a mod like me where they can get a +1 to their perception checks. Make sure that they are high wisdom. So I have my perception person, my whole team's perception people, just to show you. But I mean, we're talking, I have a 23, 15, 22 solid keen senses from her being an elf, and then she also has trap finding gloves or whatever, so that's giving her a perception bonus. Oh no, not trap finding gloves, that's trap finding, that's a feat for being a rogue type. He's got 13, he's got 20, but she's my guy. She's got 26, and it's because of that morale bonus, that +5 stern gaze from her being not only a wise person but an inquisitor. The inquisitor gets that stern gaze, and you basically take your levels of inquisitor, divide them by 2, I want to say, and that's how many points extra you get into perception. So the inquisitors are super observant is the point. So if you want to have a good chance at catching all the hidden items, at least have a really high wisdom inquisitor on your party. So now you see clearly we have another floor where we are clearly inundated with some sort of elemental effect. Clearly it's fire.
Together we stand.
So we have her to buff us for fire protection. And again, we still had the if we still had that flame lizard salamander skin buff on us, that'd be a DR 20 against fire.
Did it without
Should be
breaking
awesome,
it.
but turns out that it already wore off. Again, 5-minute buffs don't last like you think.
I
Will
shall
they
end
ever
this suffering.
Okay, so what do we got here? We have a greater dire bear. First, let me check something. Is my weapon still enchanted? I still got the keen. No, the weapon's already a keen. It got the bane though and the temporary enhancement, so I still have the buff on me, at least for this combat round. So I might as well charge if I can. Get a quick swing. Solid check. And I passed my intimidation check on him. Remember, I have shatter defenses and Cornigan smash, which means while power attack is on, I do real good for myself for intimidating a target. Now it didn't look like it intimidated him, so he's probably immune. If he was intimidated, you see like a fuzzy haze around the target, letting you know that, oh, he's shaking in his booties kind of thing. Since we came down the floor, her pets did not come with us. Her pets, anyone's pets, never join us to the next floor, or even outside, unless it's like an animal companion, for instance. So Eliza needs to resummon, but again, that's not something that is a problem for her. And again, that's more to just keep having 2 greater dire bears on my face. Jubilaw's can do a 5-foot stutter step here, and his bombs can't reach either of those guys really, but he does have that solid crossbow.
A fine use of my talents.
Tristan, he could buff or attack, but again, his spells are basically fire. The only one that he could possibly do is Moonshaker. He would have to stutter step, probably a 5-foot stutter step to move
So
close
it's
enough
come
to
to
get it.
this.
So I'm just going to have him try to shoot. Knock, knock. He can't charge, can he? No. Yes. Try to give me a sneak attack. There it is. And a -2 to their strength. We'll totally take that. That thing can almost die in this combat round now. So if you do your 5-foot stutter step and shoot it with your
Hear
crossbow
you
tip.
cry.
Here it is. 1 dead, 1 to go. Dora. Was like the last on the totem pole. We got a pretty good chance of killing him outright. Solid damage. Eliza.
Do not hold back.
Boom. That's a real save, sadly, but doggos are eating his face off. Jubilaws, 5-foot stutter step, and then unload onto him.
Clever ploy.
1, 3. Nope. No joy. Tristan, 5-foot stutter step for you. You get a couple shots off.
Repent.
Missed. Missed again. It's okay. These are going to be tough opponents, so don't kid yourself.
Not used to lighting enemies on fire
But
first.
again, with a good solid team, most parties will have very little difficulties in most of the fights of the Tenebrous depth. I'm overpowered for the level, so it's knock knock. Right now they're probably expecting us to be like everybody else, so we have people that are at 11s and 9s. So they're probably expecting people like right around level 9, 10, or 11. And me and Knock Knock are 15.
I do what I
So
must.
again, we're kind of OP for the area. That don't mean we're immortal, doesn't mean that we're not going to have difficulties, but we definitely have stuff going for us that the other teams would not have. Let's just say it that way.
Follow if you
Okay,
dare.
it doesn't look like we're missing anything yet. But again, check every corner. Be surprised how often, like, oh, perception check. There's a box right here for you with all the magic loot that you wanted. There's a common theme of traps down the hallways. So, kind of move a little slow.
In due time.
Cut them to
Primitives.
pieces!
Dweomer cat and another Dweomer cat. Alright, Knock Knock. Can you charge this fool? You can. I'm gonna let you do it. Oh, come on now. Eliza was in the way. I didn't even see her there. She's getting mugged because she's caught flat-footed. Back up, Juby. I don't like these things. Let's see if acid works well on them. Apparently they do. Okay, Dora.
Strike!
Get up in there and swing back.
Strike!
Solid
My
57. I
masterpiece!
like those. 5-foot stutter, step back, crawl, shoot it. Take it back. Nice.
I'm
Okay, now
there.
we took some damage there, as you can see. For Eliza, our main tank. Remember, the one thing that's great about monks is they're freaking awesome armor. The sad part about them is if you build them to be dodge machines, you're eventually going to come across someone that just gets a better perception check than you, or sorry, initiative check than you,
I do what I
and then
must.
you're basically playing catch up because you have no defenses for a damn. If I finally get her some braces of armor +8, like I have, and some other gear like a ring of deflection or protection +5, she'll be a lot better. But she's only flat-footed at a 27, so she got straight up mauled by that damn thing. Remember, we have Jubilost on the team. We have an alchemist, and while you may be like, well, who gives a damn? We have a couple of feats for him, one of which is pretty awesome and allows him to treat potions as if they're using his caster level instead of the innate caster level. You can click on this arrow and use it to heal a teammate. Because it's Jubilost doing it, you see that she's getting high rolls. Look at the normal, well, you can't see it here, but I'll show it to you. Look at the normal numbers on this thing. It's normally 1d8 plus 1 because it's caster level 1. Well, he's caster level 10. The maximum is caster level 5. So it's benefiting at least for the +5 for him. So he's getting a minimum of 6, maximum of 13. You could be rolling it, if you just drink it yourself, and you could roll badly, you get a 2. So again, having him on the team for potions is just amazing. Have him basically pour it down your teammate's throat. It benefits from his buff. And she's just going to cap off on just 5 or 6 potions, which normally would take her probably 7 or 8 at least. Save that. Come on in this way, team. Okay, now usually when you see a secret door, you got 2 options. There's almost a very short passage, and you have a hidden treasure. That's amazing. Gloves called Death from Afar. +4 bonus to ranged attacks. Just like it sounds, ranged attacks. So if I put it on me, so my Trap Springer gloves, any cantrip I throw out, or ray spell I throw out, should get a +4 to the swing. That's awesome. I could do that for her. I could give that to Tristan. He could finally be decent with this weapon of his, not to mention the couple ray spells that he has. I could give it to Jubilost because I think ranged attacks includes bombs. So he goes up dramatically, and I think that's a solid choice. Let's see if that works. You may not see it over here, but you'll see it when we actually do the next fight. Anyway, back to my point. When you go into a secret room like this, where you melt the door, it's usually a short passage, maybe a trap here, and then one or two boxes. Sometimes one of the boxes is a perception check. But if it's not that and it leads to a door, know that there's going to be a fight in that room. It is never a door where it's just treasure. I've never had it just be oh look it, a door protecting the next box of treasure. No, it's a door leading to bad guys. There may be treasure in the room, but the point's still the same. It's still going to be a fight there. So let's see if that kick-ass gear we just picked up, and that was, by the way, kick-ass gear. If that actually does work like I think it will on his bombs.
I'm there.
Room full of nothing. Cool. Get that trap. See another box there.
I did it. I did.
I do what I must.
I did it. I did.
Bracers armor +2. Again, like I said, you'll see treasure that's just like old, just low levels of just like, really? But, hey man, it's all sell material, you know? Gotta be a fight. Here we go. Eliza. We got a wild hunt archer. Okay, now these guys can be jerks. These are the guys, if I'm not mistaken, that you fight at the end of the game-ish. Not necessarily the very last dudes, but real close to the end. So watch these guys' attacks. We're actually going to leave him alone and mess with this dude by throwing some cold on him. I'll do a 5-foot stutter step, see if that gets close enough to do it. Yeah, it does. 9 damage. Nice. Ooh, see that? Slay Living. Wild Hunt Archer. Attacked twice. He cast Slay Living. I failed my check. And I took 63 unholy damage. See that? 12d6 plus 22. Wait, there's more. He attacked me with his bow. So basically these guys are like Magus, except instead of being the melee version, they're the ranged version. So it's kind of like the Eldritch Archers that you could make. So he's shooting his spell through his composite longbow. In this case, it's the Slay Living spell. I think is that how that's working. And then he's doing 20 piercing damage, 2 cold damage to me. And then fire and cold. Yeah, so he's buffed his bow. Is what he's done here. And that's 5d6 reduced to 0, thank God. Otherwise I would have been straight up screwed. And I failed a save. So fiery creatures. So there's a DC 26, whatever that is. Oh, maybe I'm on fire now. But you see, bastard nearly took me out. And again, let's take a look at that swing of his for that attack. 21. Okay, 20 goddamn 1. Now, yes, I'm flat-footed, so that's not helping. Yes, I have some good gear, some lame gear. If I get better, this will be higher, but still not going to be like a 40 anytime soon. So, flat-footed, and I got straight up screwed by this guy. And he's got living bow, weapon focus. He's even using deadly aim and rapid shot. Massive penalties, and this bastard's still swinging with a solid 21. This is why people hate these dudes. Just saying. And if you look at my flat-footed value, I got armor, shield, deflection ring, and that's basically it. So Jubilost can hit him from here.
Fine use of my
First off, let's
talents.
just take a look at that shot. Remember, death from afar glows, +4. See that? Solid chance for him to hit. So we got friends. Dora is in a pinch. How about we get a little health back? Nice of you to send some health my way. Appreciate it, bro. Proto, you need us straight up
Out of
bunk
my
this fool.
way!
That's not good. Tristan, AoE heal. He didn't heal me because he wasn't across the door jam. See that mess? That sucks. That's not cool, man. Eliza. Why did not do anything? Paralyzed. Oh my. Where are you, Knock Knock? He got paralyzed by something. Somebody hit him? Paralyzed characters has effective dexterity and strength scores of 0 and is helpless. Oh, we can't let that be a thing. Alright, first off, Eliza, I guess.
We shall
Tempest
overcome.
At least she got the fear effect on him. See that? He got the tiniest shimmer around his body. At least I think he did. Yeah, intimidate check succeeded. Now, just to show you the fact that we got lucky there. Remember, I got my full armor now. I'm not flat-footed anymore. He's still swinging at a 21. He shot 4 goddamn times. So again, the dude's got chops. So again, on a normal character, we're like, I got 30 armor. I'm doing great. Yeah, you're not doing great against these dudes. They will tear you apart. Jubilos, on the other hand, is having fun. So let's have Jubilos have some more fun. You guys like bombs? I know you do. And another plunk. And again, I want to see if that actually is getting a +4 to his swing. From death from afar, stacks with the bombardier's vest and the throw anything feat. He's swinging at a solid swing. And remember, all his bombs are touch attacks. That was a really nice upgrade for him. Alright, Dora. 5-foot stutter step this way, because I wanted to hit this fool. Oh, you know what? He's got any will. Damn it, he does. Oof, 19. Yep, that was a bad idea. Proto. Here.
Run them through.
There you Adam. Tristan.
You forced my hand.
Knock's in a pinch still. Somebody got scared. Getting mugged here. Alright, now it's my turn to have some fun. I like now, jackass. Delay your turn past Tristan's. Tristan? 5-foot stutter step that way. As far as you can summon some of the skeletons, so we can get him to mug that bastard. Yeah, we can. And again, it's not that I'm expecting them to take him out. I'm setting up the ability to do
Let's hear you cry.
sneak attack. At least we got one of them in there. Wild gaze. You see that? I just saw that. Knock got hit. That's the paralysis effect. Eliza.
Strike as
Kill
one.
this thing. It's about dead. There we go. Just gotta watch that damn archer from being crazy and shit.
Wound, my gift to you.
Okay. Rough fight. It was not easy. He clearly took damage. And look, he was working with nothing more than a composite longbow, and yet still pulling out all the stops on us. One dude and a couple of freaking fire pets. So, a team of 6 with pets of our own, and we damn near had 2 teammates nearly die. Just saying. Tenebrous steps are no joke. We are clearly wounded, so we should be smart about this. And
Right here,
use
my
the
friend.
AoE heal. Knock's still paralyzed. We really need to get him back on the team. One more big heal, sir. Alright, I feel good about that. Knock, how much longer till you're... Alright, you're almost done. So we have a religion check over here, as you can see. So, that's probably her. buff her up. So that we can do this.
The deed is done.
Get a nice little buff. Bestow champion, grace of the champion. You channel the power of good and law into the target, temporarily giving it power similar to those of a paladin. Target is immune to disease and fear. Adds its charisma bonus to all saving throws. Spell has no effect if cast on a paladin. Target has to be lawful good. Oh, okay. Probably then only really me. But again, you should see my bestow grace of the champion. Other +2. I got an extra 2, 2, 2. She's not lawful good, so she didn't get it, and she also has a penalty to her charisma anyway. Knock Knock's not lawful good, I guarantee it. He's out of evil right now. Neutral good. It's a little weird that our cleric is neutral good, but I guess clerics of all kinds. She's straight up neutral, and I did that for a reason, for those of you wondering. And alchemist is chaotic neutral. And for those of you wondering why I did that, matter of fact, let's actually have that little conversation here. This video is almost done anyway for the day. Yeah, maybe I'll go another hour. I feel spry, but let's have this conversation anyway. So there is a mod that I use in this game called Bag of Tricks. Okay, it is a cheat, but it's a cheat only if you use it, and I'm going to show you how we use it. I have it loaded in the game, so if you do Control F10, that's the default to pull up your mod manager. Bag of Tricks, you just click it open. There's a variety of stuff that you can do. Items and equipment is what we're going to do. I just want to show something to you. We're not going to actually gift it to ourselves, because I find that cheating. I take off notes and I take off miscellaneous items because they never are gear. At least I've never found them to be gear. They're always literally like if you missed a note or missed a quest item, that's usually where you're going to find it, is one of these two categories. Okay, maybe usable items, but usable items to me are usually like scrolls and potions and shit like that. Now, if we want to look for something like good, like something where it literally says good in the name, or somewhere like only good people can use it, or it targets good, stuff like that, you can do a search. Notice I've highlighted object name, item name, description, and flavor text, because I don't know where it may be in here. So we have remnant, divine damage. If the wielder is good and its target is evil, it deals an additional 3d6 divine damage. So again, a solid great sword option for those of you that were interested in that sort of thing. That's another way to look for stuff. What alignment do I want to have for my character? Well, you remember I said I made one that was specifically neutral. Now watch this. There are specific things like the greater ring of balance. This ring grants us wear a +5 deflection bonus to armor class. That's awesome. Immunity to emotion effects. That's awesome. Immunity to fear. Amazing. Immunity to confusion. Gets better from here. Continuous freedom of movement spell on you so long as you wear the ring. And the best part, it can only be worn by a true neutral character. And again, I knew that. I made a specific character true neutral for this purpose. She's a mercenary, but if I ever find that ring, she's getting that. Now there is a lesser ring of balance. Notice that this one is still pretty damn baller. +4 deflection and immunity to emotion effects. That still covers a lot of stuff. That's extra armor. Basically, this is like a ring of protection +4 is what that's telling you. And then it also adds this one extra effect. And notice that it has to be neutral on at least one of your axes. So lawful neutral, chaotic neutral, or neutral good, or neutral evil. Anyone can wear that ring as long as it has neutral somewhere in their axes for being neutral. So again, solid, but since I knew that that was there, I'm like, you know what? I kind of want that. Now there's other stuff here. Now notice this one here is for a monk, but only a monk that's lawful neutral. Okay, it's a robe. Dodge bonus. Remember, dodge armor class always stacks. They also get a better chance to hit and more damage with their unarmed strikes. So again, solid monk upgrade. And we have a monk on the team, but again, are we going to use something like this for them? Probably no.
Come.
She is a monk. She has to be lawful. She's lawful neutral, but she could use it, and the only reason I would use it again would be really for the extra dodge, for the extra armor. Remember, her touch armor class is her bread and butter. She gets flat-footed, she gets straight up screwed, but that's why we get like bracers of armor class, necklace of natural armor +5, which I gave her. So she has a solid flat-footed armor class. She still got owned in that fight though, as you saw. So again, it's going to be a thing later on. I just wanted to show you, again, with the mod you can do it, use it for a variety of ways that doesn't involve necessarily cheating. Just kind of helps you pre-plan the character out a little more. And yes, I could have gifted myself that gear. No, I'm not going to do
None
it.
shall escape.
Oops. But again, I'm not telling you how to play your game. You may do as you please. again, I've done it for flavor effect too, where I've like, you know, I just want to see what my character really does look like with all the kick-ass gear on. And not just physically look, but like stats and stuff. You know, I have all these pie-in-the-sky dreams, but that doesn't mean they're ever going to come to fruition, right? It's going to be one of those where I'm like, well, you know, by the end of the game, I might have this, unless I forgot it or didn't find it or sold it. So it's kind of nice that you have the ability to do that.
Don't hold back!
Solid damage. Notice these guys regenerate. One of the reasons we hate
Try
the
to
red
make
caps.
this swift.
Of course, their protection from every weapon that's not cold iron is another one reason to hate their guts. I'm not gonna waste bombs on this
Primitives.
fool. Just straight shoot him. Oh, we are doing clearly work on the fool.
Do not hold back.
I'm not just gonna take care of the trap for us
Did it without breaking it.
and just help us engage this fool. Oh, there it is. You died it. You died it so much.
do
And
what
right
I
there,
must.
vials of the fallen alchemist. Remember, something from each floor. So this is floor 6. Your map. Yes, floor 6, and now I have 2 things from the alchemist. From the alchemist. Sorry. Go by date, newest to oldest. Vials of the fallen alchemist, and where's the book of the fallen magus? So again, 2 of the 4 things. So clearly they're going to be items for the people that were on that questing team, right? You find all 4 before fighting the boss. Why can't I get over here? There we go. So weird. It's offset. But if you get all the things, all 4 of the items before fighting the boss will drop a special thing. And again, it gives you a special ending to the story where you fight the main bad guy and then there's another fight after that.
Dispatch those fools!
I've never done it. It'll be fun to do it. Doesn't mean you have to do it, but I figured, what the hell. Can I charge this fool? Yes, I'm gonna do so. Boom. What? Oh, my buff wore off. Boo. It finally wore off my Bane weapon upgrade. Okay, so we got guys up here. She's got kitties on the payroll. They'll come in. So we'll let her attack this. There you go, stabby stabby. And remember, her psi attack should actually land a bleed effect on these doofuses. Downside is I don't think they bleed because they regenerate. So I think that makes them straight up immune. Jubilos, can you reach them with your bombs? Not like that right now, but with a 5-foot stutter step you might. Yeah, why don't you
Will
hit
they
these fools with
ever
1
learn?
bomb? Boom. Oh, hell yeah, throw all 3. Sweet, bro. Hell, these guys are tougher than I thought. Proto's turn. 5-foot stutter step. And since we're already here engaging these
Out
fools,
of my
practice
way!
some attack. That worked. Knock, knock. Let's have him charge this fool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Give him knock, knock. Tristan, since fire spells are pretty much the only thing he really has going for him for damage, the only thing he can really pull out is something like this. Still a solid auto hit move. 29 damage, not bad, not bad. Okay, Dora's turn.
You should have run!
Working your way. Oh, I forgot to buff her weapon again. Damn it. Pretty good miss. That strip sucked. Eliza's turn.
We
Pokey
shall
pokey in the face, kid.
overcome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It does work. Puppies are all trapped back here. Oh. Bastards cast a fire snake spell. We're in the fire level. Not only do they make them immune or resistant, probably immune to fire, they also give the random monsters fire powers, like a spell. So that's what you just saw there. So again, we are protected from fire, but apparently it's still enough that Oh, the summoned direwolves took some damage. Not surprising. Jubilos, you have 5 bombs left. I think we're going to take a knee after this floor anyway, so feel free to just unload on this
Fine
person.
use of my talents.
It'll help take him out. Aww.
A clever
No more?
ploy.
Should have targeted someone that was already tougher. Let's see
Run
this
them
red cap.
through. I am superior.
Be
Not-
easier if you not fight back. Come
Yeah,
here,
not-
Max. Not stab you.
Triumvirate.
So it's come to this.
Alright. Let's do it right this time.
Strike!
And a lot of people may wonder why it is that I went for the Enduring Blades for my Magus build, my Sword Saint build. A lot of people online will swear by the fact that you don't need to. Remember, you can buff it for 1 minute every click anyway. So you have multiple clicks. Why have it go from 1 click versus 2 clicks worth of charge, basically is what I'm using. Because I get it by the end of my build for 20-minute buff. That means I can buff up once a weapon, and for probably half, if not all of the damn map, I have a solid weapon upgrade. Whereas instead of every other fight, I have to click the goddamn thing. So, to me, it's a good idea, but again, it's not necessary. Now I see we're at the 3-hour mark. So like I said, we want to chop these videos. Let's check the room out first, make sure I'm not missing anything. Oh, there's a corrosive dwarven war axe. That's a nice little selling item. No one's going to use that on the team. We'll happily take it. Found the bottom floor. Again, you want to check the side walls, because not only will it be hidden doors, but also hidden treasure at the back end. You want to check around the pillars. Not only are they traps in here, so you'll get some XP, but there's almost always like a hidden chest or something that's, you just gotta get close enough to it. And it'll be like, perception check. Oh, look at all your massive treasure standing right here under a cloud of smoke. So, but I feel pretty good about this map being done. It's a lot of weird twists and turns and upgrades and such. So I think we've covered everything here, but again, feel free to get online,
I'm there.
check the map outlay for map number 6. You can find it at the Steam. So how you downloaded your game was the Steam engine. You can use Steam's database. They have a nice forum post there, and that's where I found the maps for this place in the first place. It gave me a nice little foothold idea of am I going in the right direction? Because the first time I tried this, I'm like, you know, I really want to do this quest. We got far when I tried it the last time, but since that game went bupkis, I never actually got to the end. Matter of fact, I don't even know how far down the Tenebrous steps I got. Can't remember now. But I know I never fought the spawn of Rovagug. Oh, no, wait, did I? I think I did. Or maybe I cheesed it and made like power level the character down there. Maybe that's what I did. But I have fought him, and he's a jerk. Oh, good lord, that thing is well, it's a monster, but it is a monster. It is a pain in the ass fight. So it's gonna be one of those things where you're like, oh, so that's what they're talking about. All right, I'm gonna sell all of that. I don't want the corrosive thing. Don't need the bracers. Let's actually do this the right way. Stainless t-shirt, I'm gonna keep that. Dagger, keeping that. All these kick-ass ones I need to start using. We got this screwdriver thing. Yeah. I got a nice grease spell wand. It's a nice wand. Anyway, selling that stuff. And since we're getting ready to go downstairs, I'm going to burn another hour up for you guys, because why the hell not? What else do I got to do during these troubled times of coronavirus bullshit? I might as well do another hour. So let's actually take a knee. First, let's check our spells. The only one that you can't trust the spells on might be Jubilost. And I say that because if he's buffed his intelligence up, you may notice that he has an extra spell slot. Those don't count, because they're going to go away. But hell, we had a heroism spell I could have put on him as well. I probably need to drag that off of his thing and put it into his tray. She's rocking what she needs. It's still, if you have a chance yet to really use that innervation spell, when you see that, you're gonna love it. Not that the spell looks cool. It does look cool to me, but it's not it. The effect is what we're talking about, and that shit's straight up amazeballs. Probably don't need this many stinking clouds. I do like the idea, though, of having slow twice. Very helpful, in my opinion. So, where was I at?
You
I
require
needed
my assistance?
find his... Yeah, there we go. And it goes below... Oh, wow. Oh, these ones because they were AoE. That's why I put them up there. I'll say, why the hell? Are they not on the list? So, cool. So, again, quick save. Taking a knee. It'll take 8 hours or so, I think. Yep. Sometimes it says 24, so keep an eye on that mess. You don't want to burn, like, a week here just because you're like, I just go upstairs and take a knee and get all my stuff back, and then suddenly you're like, in the month that you've been away in the Tenebrous depths, like half your kingdom is freaking, bit it. So now that we've rested up, we're going to where we were standing just before we go downstairs. I'll change the video out. Also, let's march all the way over here, and we'll go for another hour, because why the hell not? It has been, I don't know, an interesting team. I mean, it's not my dream team that we have here right now, but with my 3 main characters, me and my 2 mercenaries, it's almost always fun. I will say that. So I do enjoy the choices that I've picked as far as classes. If I were to pick a different class to come with us that's not here now, I've mentioned before the Scroll Savant is an amazeballs character. But let me think about it while we change the video, and I can come up with a more concise answer for you. I'll be right back.